Okay, so I've rigged up the lighting strip to this Uhlenbrock 76900 4-function decoder. As you can see, the grey wire comes off the function output, which is A1. It's got 4 functions, so there's 4 solder pads, and then it's got a 20 volt return on the far right. So at the moment, the function decoder, the factory settings of it, output A1 is set to function 0. So if we just hold on. Okay, so CV36 on these function decoders is the output mapping for A1 output. Okay, so we can set A1 output either from function 0, which would be just the headlights on. So if we just go back, if I turn the lights on, see? So if I turn the headlights off on function 0, the lights, you can't see it. Hold on, let me turn this on. Okay, so the lights are on the lighting board. So if I turn function 0 off, the lights go off. Now, because most people want function output 1 to be function 1, all we have to do is we get a programming of the decoder, direct CVs. CV36, you can choose which function number output A1 is associated with. So at the moment it's 0, so I can change that to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever function you want. So if I change that to a value of 1 and program that, okay, so now CV36 is a value of 1. So if we go back now to operation and I turn the lights off and I turn function 1 on, the lights now come on. So it's very quick and easy to program this function decoder to any one of these outputs, to any function output you want. So if we were to use the second function for example, our other little strip of LEDs, I could wire this to output A2, which is the second solder pad along, and change that to function 0 or function 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whichever you want. It is really that easy to program these function decoders. There's also certain effects that we can set for this function decoder. So you can do directional settings, so in one direction the function will only come on if it's in the forward direction or reverse direction. We can also do a time delays and blinking of outputs. So if you wanted these lights to flash at a certain blink rate, you can do that. So at the moment it's a CV56, so if we go to the programming again and CVs, and we want CV blinking output CV56. Hold on. So if I type in 56 and read back that at the moment, okay, no blink rate is turned on at all because, hold on, let me zoom in a bit. There we go. So CV number 56. If I want output A1, which is what we've attached the light to have blinking on, I have to put in a value here of 1. So if I put in a value of 1 and program it, the lights flash whilst you're programming to tell it it's working. Now I can also in CV57 just read back 57, factory setting I think is 0, and factory default's 10. Okay, so it says here time constraints for blink generator. 1 equals 10 times per second, 10 equals 1 times per second. So 1 equals 10 times a second. So every second at the moment that will blink once. So if we go out of here and we turn the function on, I'll turn the lights off, you see. So every second it blinks 10 times. So it's one, you can soon get some effects working. Now obviously because it's a license strip I don't want it flashing, so I'm just going to go back in to the programming again. Oh, if I press the right buttons it would help. Direct CV, so I'm going to turn that off again. So CV 56 I need to call that. CV 56, read that back, it will say 1 because we turned it blink generating on. I want to turn it off, so if I turn the value of 0 and program that. Okay, so now it's programmed that, and I go back out of programming and I turn the function on. I turn the lights off, so it's now not flashing anymore, so it's just on and off on function 1. Okay, so programming of that is very easy. You can also set this decoder to work on Motorola, so I mean you really want it on DCC only. So if I just decoder configuration, data format only, DCC, CV49. So if we go to CV49 and I'll just read back 49, 49 read, it will be at 0, so I want to put in a value of 8. So if I put in a value of 8 and then program that, which is done, come back out, there we go. So it's only DCC format now. So now function 1 on, function 1 off. So we've programmed that one output to work those lights. Okay, so I've also now that the LED strip that I cut off in part 1, which you can actually see is turned on at the moment, it's lit, I've connected that also to this function decoder. The blue positive wire going out to the far 20 volts, and the second solder pad, which is A3 in the instructions, they call it A3, I've told to be on function 2. So now if I turn the lights off, you can see they're both lit up. So if I turn function 1 off, the main lights go off, turn function 2 off and the other one's gone. So now I could have compartment, so I could have function 2 in a different compartment to the other lighting strip and turn that on and off independently. You could also have that directional, so you could have a certain compartment in a coach turned on in one direction and then off in the other direction. Loads of different combinations you can do. Hope this is interesting. Thanks for watching. More coming up on DCC very soon. If you're interested in the Profi Boss, we have these in stock. Function decoders and lighting strips, all for your use. We can give you full backup and help whilst installing. Many thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.